The sun sparkled over a quiet snowy meadow. Snowflakes drifted like tiny feathers, soft and slow. The hills were covered in white, and everything glowed. Beneath a snow-covered log, a little rabbit named Tika poked her head out. Her fur was fluffy white with a spot of brown on one ear. Her nose wiggled in the cold air. High in the nearby pine tree, Snowbell the pigeon fluffed her feathers and fluttered down to land beside Tika. She had shimmering grey wings and a soft pink chest that puffed out when she was excited, which was almost always. Tika twitched her ear. "Let's go play!" Snowbell flapped. "Let's slide!" They scampered and fluttered to the top of a gentle snowy hill. Tika took a deep breath, crouched low, and then... whee! She slid down on her tummy, her big feet pushing her forward like sled paddles. Snowbell followed, wings out, skimming just above the snow. Whoosh! They tumbled together at the bottom, spinning in a heap of giggles and snow puffs. "That was amazing!" squeaked Tika. "Let's do it again," chirped Snowbell. On their second trip up the hill, they noticed a curved stick poking out of the snow. Then another, then another. Tika uncovered them with her paws. "It looks like a sled!" They pulled out a bendy stick shaped like a scoop and a big piece of bark. Tika hopped in and Snowbell pushed. Swoosh! They zoomed down the hill faster than ever. Snowbell laughed so hard she fell backward and tumbled through the powder like a snowball. Tika twirled to a stop. New record! Snowbell had an idea. "Let's make a twisty path." They used their feet and wings to carve a spiral trail in the snow. Round and round it went, curling like a snail shell down the hill. Tika slid first, bouncing gently around the corners. Snowbell fluttered behind, flapping just enough to follow the curve. The snow sparkled all around them. The spiral ended in a soft puff cloud. They collapsed into it, blinking snowflakes off their eyelashes. Tika twitched her nose. "Let's make a jump." They built a little bump of snow halfway down the hill. Then they made it bigger. Then even bigger. Tika slid from the top and hit the bump. Boing! She launched into the air and landed with a happy flop. "Snow air!" she cheered. Snowbell tried it too. She fluttered jump from the bump and flapped in a funny circle before plopping into a snowdrift. "Flying snow giggles," she chirped. Tika was great at digging, and the snow was perfect for tunnels. She scooped with her big paws and dug a long tunnel from one end of the hill to the other. Snowbell peeked in and fluttered through. They made little windows and popped their heads out. Peek-a-boo! Boo-peek! The tunnels twisted and turned until they ended in a soft, round snow fort. It became their new base. Inside, they shared frosty berry snacks and watched snowflakes swirl through the tiny door. They noticed another hill nearby, taller, steeper, shinier. Tika's eyes sparkled. "Let's try that one." Snowbell nodded. "Yes, yes, yes." They climbed together, Tika hopping, Snowbell flapping, both slipping and laughing. At the top, they looked down. "Pig slide," whispered Tika. "Huge swoosh," said Snowbell. They held paws and wings. "Ready! Go!" Whoosh! They zipped down faster than ever before, twisting, bouncing, catching air, and finally tumbling into a powdery puff cloud that made them vanish from view. Then, pop! Tika's ears poked out. Snowbell's wing flapped free. They exploded into giggles. As they lay giggling, a soft crunch came from nearby. A gentle snow deer stood watching them, her antlers dusted with frost. She blinked slowly, then nodded her head. "Want to slide with us?" Tika asked. The deer took a graceful step forward. She knelt and, whoosh, glided down the hill like a sled. Tika and Snowbell followed, forming a line of sliding, laughing friends. Zoom! At the bottom, Tika started rolling a snowball. Snowbell rolled one with her wings. The deer pushed one with her nose. They tossed them gently. Floof! Plop! Puff! Snowball snowflakes exploded in the air, soft and silly. Tika giggled so hard she fell into her own snowball. Snowbell flapped into a spin. The deer ducked and hid behind a tree trunk, and then leapt out for a surprise puff toss. They returned to the tallest hill yet, one that curved through the trees and sparkled with afternoon sun. Together, they made a mega slide, part tunnel, part spiral, part swoop. They lined up, rabbit, pigeon, deer, and launched together. Down they went. Slide, twist, bounce, zoom. Tika flipped once. Snowbell spiraled. The deer leapt and landed perfectly. They landed together in a soft, snowy hug pile at the very bottom. "Again?" Tika asked. "Forever," said Snowbell. The sun started dipping low, turning the snow golden. Tika curled beside the snow fort. Snowbell nestled into a little snow pocket nearby. The deer waved her tail and disappeared quietly into the trees. Tika looked up at the sky. That was the best snowy day ever. Snowbell chirped sleepily. So many slides, so much swoosh. They closed their eyes, snuggled deep in the snow, warm inside from laughter and love. Tomorrow the snow would still be there. So would the hills, and the tunnels, and the fort, and the giggles. Because when you have a bunny and a pigeon, and snow all around, every day is a new slide waiting to begin.